Hey guys, and welcome to Ardent Sports, and here I am with my Week 4 NFL season predictions. Let me give you guys a quick update on how the contest went last week. Your boy Hobo is currently sitting at 27, 20, and 1 due to the tie last week between the Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. Johnny Talk Sports is currently sitting at 32, 15, and 1, and I am also sitting at 32, 15, and 1. Going into last night's game, the Chiefs and the Ravens, I was up on him by 1. I had predicted the Baltimore Ravens, and he had predicted the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Kansas City Chiefs ended up winning the game. So therefore, him and I are still tied. We were tied heading into Week 3. We're now tied heading into Week 4. No other prediction videos are up yet. It looks like, at least as of recording, I may be the first one to have my video uploaded. It is hard to say. With that being said, let's kick it off with Thursday night. We have the Denver Broncos, who sit at 0-3, going into MetLife to face off against the New York Jets, who are also sitting at 0-3. I don't know what's going on with all the shitty Thursday night football games after week 1, but I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it kind of quick. So the Jets have just not been a good team at all this year. The Broncos are, of course, without Drew Lock. But I do think the Broncos will still be able to get this win over the Jets. It is not going to be a high-scoring game, as neither team is very good at all this year. Joe Flacco, obviously, is no longer with the Denver Broncos. He is actually with the New York Jets now. So maybe Joe Flacco facing his former team. We'll see. But like I said, I am going to give this game to the Denver Broncos. Now, Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, we have the Indianapolis Colts rolling into Chicago to face off against the Bears. The Bears currently sit at 3-0, while the Colts are at 2-1. Phillip Rivers versus possibly Mitch Trubisky. However, Mitch Trubisky did get benched last week, and Nick Foles took over in pretty strong fashion. If the Bears do decide to start Nick Foles, I'm going to give this game to the Bears. However, in the event that the Bears are likely starting Mitch Trubisky, I am going to give this game to the Indianapolis Colts. So that is my prediction of the Colts. The Jacksonville Jaguars facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals. So we got Joe Burrow and we have Gardner Minshew. The Jaguars currently sit at 1-2, while the Bengals sit at 0-2-1. They're in Cincinnati. Neither team really off to a stellar start this season. For the Jaguars, it's kind of a don't call it a comeback. You have one win, but you still have 2 losses. But the Bengals just cannot seem to get it going to save their lives. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Bengals finally get a win this week. It's going to be close. I'm going to say it's going to be like a 24-21 type capacity. But I'm going to say that the Bengals get it done this week. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns, who currently sit at 2-1, going up against the Dallas Cowboys, who currently sit at 1-2. There's not a whole lot on this game for me to say. Dallas is clearly the better team. They're in Dallas. I believe Dallas is actually allowing fans this weekend. So I am, in fact, going to give this to the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott have been doing pretty solid this season. Amari Cooper's been doing well. Randall Cobb has been doing well as well. And their defense has actually been pretty nice too. Not that Baker Mayfield and the Browns haven't been doing well. It's just I cannot see Dak Prescott losing to Baker Mayfield. At least not in Dallas. If they were in Cleveland, it might be a different story. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to go 2-2 over the Browns, making them 2-2. Next up, we have the 1-2 New Orleans Saints rolling into Detroit to face off against Matt Patricia and the 1-2 Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford has been a little rocky to start the season. Not awful, but definitely could be a lot better. Whereas Drew Brees has definitely had some issues in a couple different capacities. Obviously, he's been without Michael Thomas, so Emmanuel Sanders has kind of had to step in. Jared Cook's been stepping in quite a bit, too. I definitely see this game being a back-and-forth game, mainly because the Saints cannot seem to get it going as much as they would like to. But at the same time, I do see the Saints coming out on top at the end of the game. Next up, we have possibly the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are at 3-0, facing off against the Tennessee Titans, who are also at 3-0. And the reason I say possibly is the Tennessee Titans have 8 new confirmed cases of, well, you guys know what. They have shut down their facilities until Saturday at the earliest, which makes me believe that they will not be playing the game at home against Pittsburgh this Sunday. They will have to either find a time to make the game up, or they will just have to play only 15 games this season, because I don't believe the teams have the common bye week. So we'll have to see what happens there. Now, in the event that this game does get played, I foresee it being a rather close game, a lot closer than most people may think. Big Ben and Juju Smith-Schuster, obviously the dynamic force in the Steel City, whereas Tannehill and Derrick Henry have been a dominant force over in Tennessee. I'm going to give this game to Pittsburgh. I feel like they're the better, well-rounded team. I feel like they're a force to be reckoned with on the field, and I can just foresee them getting the job done more so than I can Tennessee. So we will take Pittsburgh over Tennessee, assuming that this game gets played. Next up, we have Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks rolling into Miami to face off against Ryan Fitztragic, as your boy Hobo called him this past week, and the Miami Dolphins. No Tua Tagovailoa still. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I don't think he's ready. I don't have a lot to say in this game. Miami is not a good team. Seattle is a very good team, and I am going to give this game to the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, we have the LA Chargers rolling into Tampa Bay to face off against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, as your boy Hobo called them. Not a whole lot to say on this one either. I think the Chargers will put up a little bit more of a fight against the Bucs than the Dolphins will against the Seahawks, simply because look at what the Chargers did 2 weeks ago against the defending Super Bowl champions. They almost won the freaking game. I am going to give this one to Tom Brady and the Bucs. Ever since week 2, they have just been on a roll, doing quite well for themselves under Bruce Arians. So I will give this game to the at-home Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next up, and I'm going to say this one really quickly, so get ready. We have the Baltimore Ravens against the Washington football team. Ravens over the football team, plain and simple, no questions asked. We have the Arizona Cardinals facing off against the Carolina Panthers. Kyler Murray against Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater turned some heads last week, along with the Carolina Panthers. Just absolutely, it's kind of surprising, at least me, and I know a couple other people, just that I talked to alone, let alone what I've seen on social media, and winning the game over the Chargers last week. A lot of people, including myself, thought that the Chargers were going to win that game hands down. Now, that being said, Kyler Murray is still leading the team in rushing yards, along with just being a very good quarterback. So I am, in fact, going to take the Arizona Cardinals to win this game on Sunday. Coming behind that, we have Minnesota Vikings heading on into Houston to face off against the Texans, and I say possibly to that for the exact same reason I said possibly to Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Minnesota just got done hosting Tennessee just this past week. They have no confirmed cases of, but they're playing precautions and also not operating in any shape or form until the test results come back. They did work remotely today, Tuesday, just to get some things done. That way, in case they can play on Sunday, they will be able to. I foresee it being more likely that Minnesota and Houston plays on Sunday over Pittsburgh and Tennessee, just because as of right now, knock on wood, Minnesota has no new confirmed cases. So with that being said, assuming this game does take place, we have Kirk Cousins, we have Deshaun Watson. I am going to say Deshaun Watson finally gets his first win of the season over Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is just not a good quarterback. I don't care what you say. Will Kirk Cousins go winless? Absolutely not. But will he get a win in Week 4? Hell no. Next up at 4:05, we have the New York Giants facing off against the LA Rams. Not a whole lot to say on this one. Devontae Freeman did pretty well last week for the Giants in his first game with the team, but I do not see Daniel Jones and company getting the job done against the Jared Goff and the Rams, so I will in fact give this game to the Rams. Next up, we have Cam Newton and the New England Patriots facing off against Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't have jack to say on this one either. Cam Newton will put up a fight. The Patriots in general will put up a fight. However, at the end of the day, it will be Kansas City on top. Not by a large margin, but by a large enough margin. Buffalo Bills, Las Vegas Raiders. They are in Vegas. I feel Vegas is going to put up a fight. They seem to play a lot better at home, as do most teams. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen is just too much of a beast. So I will give this game to the Buffalo Bills. Sunday Night Football, NBC. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at 0-2-1 facing off against possibly Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers, who currently sit at 2-1. If this game is Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm giving it to San Francisco all day. As of right now, they're saying that Garoppolo could play at least the first half of the game and kind of see where he is from there. But it's going to be tough. As a whole, though, I am going to give it to the 49ers. I just feel that if Garoppolo plays, it'll be an even wider of a margin. And last but not least, Monday Night Football on ESPN. We have the Atlanta Falcons facing off against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And they're at Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers has just been absolutely insane all season so far. Him and Russell Wilson are duking it out for that MVP award. I think Russell Wilson will win it, but Aaron Rodgers will win Week 4 against the Atlanta Falcons. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. It is the number one way to help out a channel. A lot of exciting things coming. Just be sure to stay tuned and watch out for those. Subscribe to Giant Talk Sports. Subscribe to your boy Hobo. Once again, subscribe to me, Ardent Sports. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Again, it is the number one way to help out a channel. Go follow me on Twitter, ZachJenkins2K17. Check out my other socials, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace. I'm out.